and told a story about when you guys met at Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah, no,
that was amazing.
Wasn't that amazing?
That was such a good conversation because you immediately, like, it was so cool to see you two finally meet because I know for years you had talked about working on The Hobbit together.
We've been talking about each other anyway for years, and finally to meet in person was like, oh, would you? It's like two golden retrievers seeing each other for the first time. It's like, let's play! That's great. He's such a sweetheart of a guy.
If people don't mind, so with Cochise, you've been doing some really wonderful character work with your body movement. And how has it progressed since season 3 down to season 5 with the technology? Have they figured out better makeup techniques to let you be more expressive? How's the CGI integration? I know that's something that, you know, it's come a long way just in 3 years because every year they're finding better ways to do this stuff. So how is that, coming from that aspect of things, how's that been able to help you with your performance?
Yeah, it really does take a village to make a Cochise happen. The practical effects makeup goes on me. That stayed the same all 3 years that I've been on the show. The design has stayed the same. The makeup pieces, they just keep running new mold. They run new pieces off the same molds, and so his look has stayed consistent. What has been enhanced and it has gotten better every year is the CGI enhancements that happen in post-production. Now, the mask goes on, my eyes are set sort of out here somewhere, so I'm looking through the vents and the wrinkles around his nose. That's where I kind of look out through little peepholes. So these eyes stay open all day, like on set. You know, they're just kind of open and expressionless. So in post-production, they make the eyeballs move around, they give him blinking, they give him some eyebrow movement to coincide with the emotion that I'm emoting as an actor. So they really do follow my lead as far as character-wise goes, and they really do a great subtle job. It all takes place under the same roof of Masters Effects. They do my practical effects makeup, they do the post-production visual effects as well, which is an unusual scenario to have one company handling both sides of that technology, which they respect each other's work under the same roof, and nobody wants to outshine or show anybody up. So I'm really happy with the subtleties that they do with the CG work. And it looks very natural. No, I have to tell people that they do the CG because not everybody even knows. So that's a good CG product when you have to tell them it was done. You know what I mean? It looks so natural. And
just a quick follow up to that. Sorry, guys, I really how has working with that helped you? Is that giving you ideas for moving forward in the other projects you're doing, working with the CG more and figuring out how to...
That integration, the CG with practical effects makeup integration has happened before. That's how we did the Silver Surfer. Elements of that were done with Abe Sapien from Hellboy movies. My eyes were enhanced in post-production on that as well. That's more the new model of what's being done now, is to have something practical on set that the actors can interact with, and it's nice to have that real character in front of you instead of a tennis ball on a stick and then rendering the whole thing in later. To have something real to start with, and then if you have to make him jump up on the wall like a spider, it's easier to, they want to CG that, but have somebody have a real template to work from, and they can enhance it later. That seems to be the new model of what's happening, instead of replacing somebody altogether. Yeah.
Because you just crawl up walls and they just want to subtly change it.
Exactly, yeah. See these hands? Suction cups. Yeah.
The most recent teaser trailer that just came out was just saying the journey's coming to an end.
Well, I know.
So for your character, what does the journey's end look like? Can you tease what's going to be his goal?
It's a 10-episode season, and our final season is a journey to the end where your questions will be answered as to why this ever happened in the first place, right? Why did the Ishveni take over Earth? Why did they invade? That's answered, and their reasoning may not be our reasoning, and so so there's that misunderstanding of cultures. And my character specifically is still on his journey of finding, loving, and getting to know these humans, right? And finding their souls and their hearts and understanding that, because it's completely different and backwards from what we Volm do. We're very by the book, we're very non-emotional, very intellectual, and I've enjoyed, Cochise has very much enjoyed the emotional side of humanity and their spirit, and that's my favorite line from season 3. was when I was on my you thought I was on my deathbed after a big explosion was I'm the last one left on Earth, and after our little hub blew up, and it was Tom Mason who talked me back like, Coach, everything you've told me, you can fight back just like we did. And so I say to him, and the human spirit remains the most powerful weapon on this planet. And that's my favorite line from the entire show, because that kind of sums up the show for me. It's all about the human spirit. And we all, I think the audience questions, what would I do in that situation? If it was the end, if there was a hostile takeover, how would I handle it? What would I do to survive? Would I keep my morals and scruples, or would I do the Pope thing? You know what I mean? So I very much enjoyed being the alien who has come to help and experience humanity and learn from them, because I think the audience gets to learn more about the human spirit, and we really do have something good going here on Earth. I hope we don't muck it up. You know what I mean?
Now, I don't know if you heard this. There's rumors about ending Game of Thrones on the big screen, bring it to the theatrical for the ending. Yeah. Do you think that would be a good idea for Poinsettia? Have it end on the big screen?
Well, our season finale that you'll see, episode 10, does bring us to a close. So there would be no need to do the big theater experience. But and I think it'll be a satisfying end. Your questions will be answered, and every character will have the closure that some closure. Whether you're hoping for that particular closure or not, I don't know, but you'll find it. And for me, episode number 4 this season is my big Cochise episode. You're going to see a lot of storyline happen for me personally in that episode. My father will revisit again, also played by Doug Jones. I'm doing the Patty Duke thing where I'm myself. Yeah, that was
do you mind if I rewrite that the Olsen twin thing?
The Olsen, right. If only I had a twin, I wouldn't have had to. I don't do double duty, but yeah, no, I played my own father, was Tom, and he goes through this humanity thing too, where he's got that teenage rebellious son thing, and the dad is, this is the way we have always done it, and what are these you human? I don't like your new friends, right? And so Cochise is like, Dad, usually you're cool, and I like hanging out with them. In much more intellectual talk, that's what we have out. And so we come to terms. Cochise and his dad come to terms in episode 4, and it's a very funny yet heartwarming episode all around. And the writers really knocked this one out of the park. I think it was my personal favorite moment of this season was my episode 4. Yeah.
On that note, I think we're going to move on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.